Hey guys, welcome back to AFK Journey. In today's video, we got some pretty damn exciting news. Now, I would take all of this with a grain of salt because when we look at timelines for things being the first half of the year and the second half of the year, it tells you it's not penciled in. So I'd take this with a grain of salt. But the massive thing is that it looks like they are planning 2 collaborations hopefully during 2025, and that is super exciting for me. Now, where'd this come from? This was like a press conference. I've got the website here that we can go ahead and look through, but essentially there was a big press conference where they brought players and the press there. I'm not sure exactly where this was, the translation in Taiwan. Okay. Okay, yeah, so it's for the Taiwanese servers and Hong Kong. Okay, yeah, I spoke to Tomias, who can translate it, and he said this was the form of Chinese because they're simplified and traditional, and I can't remember which one's which, but he said this is the one that they speak. This is not the one that they speak in the mainland, so it's like one of those fringe places. But yeah, Taiwan. So basically, what's happened is they had this whole presentation type thing for it. It would have been sick, like they had chippy biscuits and stuff like that. It would have been absolutely epic. But the big thing they did was they put out this like rough roadmap type thing. As you can see here, when we look to the translation is bad. I swear this title means it was meant to be for a Nikkei sponsorship, but I have no idea. If you know, you know. Anyway, moving on from that, we got officially launched on the like basically this month. Then half 2, a new season. Now I'm curious if this is like an indication at a Wilder-based new season. I don't think so. I think it's just because like has been key to the story so far. So I'm not reading too much into that. We'll have to wait and see. But this one where it says 2025 H1 phase 1 linkage. Massive shout out to Tomias once again. He said that basically translates into a collaboration. So they're looking at 2025, the first half for the first collaboration and the second half for the second collaboration. Like I said at the start, I wouldn't be anticipating this to be like 100% spot on because I know from other games that collaborations do take a massive amount of time and stuff like that to come out and all that sort of stuff. So, you know, like all the legalities of using an IP and stuff like that. But the one promising thing is that AFK Arena has done it very, very successfully many times, which is absolutely fantastic and super promising. The most recent one we had was the Slime collab. The biggest one I think we had was the Overlord collab. We had the Nakaruru and Ukyo. What's that IP? I can't even remember. But yeah, we had Prince of Persia over here. We had Ezio. We had a ton of good stuff. We had Geralt and Yennefer, and then we had the ReZero. And Rem is still OP in the game, like 2 years on. So they're hyping us up with showing that. Well, they were hyping the crowd up by showing what AFK Arena collabs had. And I'm gonna jump in there and show you because the way they do collab characters is the most hype shit ever. Like I absolutely like the most exciting characters are collab characters in AFK Arena because of how easy they are to build. It's absolutely fantastic, and they normally sit up there high in the meta with like the Cell Hypos, now Awakened Heroes and stuff like that, which is fantastic. But I'm gonna go through that in a sec. But yeah, it looks like hopefully we will be getting some collabs in the game, which in my opinion is absolutely amazing because it's always the most hype time in the game for AFK Arena, and I absolutely love it. And they're good at getting pretty solid IPs. Like I said, every collab that they've had so far, SNK was that one. I'm pretty sure it was with Nakaruru and Ukyo. That was probably the worst one, but since then, everything like Assassin's Creed, Prince of Persia, like they do really good anime ones, but also like they do cool like video game ones. And yeah, I'm really excited that they're going to be doing that in Journey because it's something we need. I was hoping they'd have one teed up for the global launch, but obviously I was wrong on that. But hopefully we get some cool ones in the future of the game because, like I said, AFK Arena do collabs super well in my opinion. But let's jump over. I want to bounce over there and actually show you guys some of the stuff and why collab characters in AFK Arena are amazing. And I hope they carry the system over into AFK Journey. Okay, so here we are over in AFK Arena, and so when they do collaboration characters, they put them in the dimensional faction. Now they also put other characters in there. You can see here we've got King Arthur. So any character that is either a collaboration or like something from like the quote unquote real world or real world lore, they make here. For instance, so we got King Arthur up there. We got Leonardo da Vinci here. We've got Baba Yaga, we've got Merlin, we've got Joan of Arc as well. So we've got Robin Hood as well. Now those are not collaboration characters, but they are dimensionals because they're coming from our world into the game world. But the rest of these are collaborations. And like the first big one that we had was definitely getting Irons and Albedo. These two completely changed the game because Irons was an absolute monster, and unfortunately his face is covered by the text because of the aspect ratio I use on my BlueStacks, but the dude was an absolute monster when he came out, destroyed absolutely everything in the meta. He had this charge time where he would charge at the start of battle, and then as soon as he did his first ult, everything was dead. It was the most hype. He's been completely power crept since then. He's absolutely not used anywhere. But Albedo has just the most amazing signature item / exclusive equipment where she basically just buffs all other dimensionals for how many dimensionals you have in your team. So she's one of those ones that aged pretty well. But even she isn't as meta as she used to be. But then we had Joker and Queen, two really cool characters. Queen even gets the bike out if we get into this one from Persona. Really, really cool. Joker was wicked too. Had good animations and stuff like that. And then who else did we go into? Where was the next one? We had the Witches. We had Geralt and Yennefer. These two were poorly implemented in AFK Arena because they just weren't powerful enough. I find with collabs you need them to be overpowered. Then the next one we had, so Rem and Amelia were fantastic. Rem is still like the #1 carry in the game, and they have this really cool system which I'll show you guys in a minute. Then we had Slime. Now Slime was a massive letdown in my opinion because Rimuru ended up being like a support character even though he's listed as a mage, and I was hoping he'd nuke the whole field, but he doesn't, which was a massive letdown. But in general, the way they deliver these is fantastic because they always do it where you can buy them straight up or you can wait like a month or two, or is it 3? I can't remember. A couple months as free to play, save up like your arena coins, your labyrinth coins and stuff like that, and then you can get them from an exchange, which it's gone now. We don't have any exchanges open at the moment, but it's a fantastic system. And the thing that I love about the collabs when they do them is if we look at these dimensional heroes, you can see like you basically just link them to one of your other characters and they share the same ascension tier essentially. So if you had, for instance, if we're talking AFK Journey terms, if you had a Supreme Plus character and we get one of these dimensionals, you just get like a single copy of the dimensional. So it's just literally a single copy. Here, I'll show you guys. I'll unfuse it just for the sake of it. Unfuse. Okay, so here's my Rimuru. This is a single copy. This is an elite copy. This is how you get them in AFK Arena. We just go like this. We go ahead and we find where was my Citrana. Dude, where was she? Now I've got to find her. And we go fuse, soul fusion, and that instantly brings him up to that ascension tier. Now, if they this is what I really do hope they do in AFK Journey, because what it does is you do get they do earn a lot of money through it because people spend to get them right away. Like it's just a really good thing. And often with AFK Arena, they also make one heavily discounted for like 10 or 15 bucks. So when they do the collabs in AFK Arena, you're always getting 2 characters, and one of them is like you can buy one of them at a discount and the other one's like 50 bucks or I can't remember the exact pricing because I don't pay, I just wait free to play. But then you wait a couple months and then you can do a free to play exchange as free to play and get these characters. But once again, the amazing thing about the way they do dimensionals, and I do really hope they carry this over into AFK Journey, is that all you need is the one copy. Then you can get your ascension tier. Now for things like the signature item / exclusive equipment, you do need to invest into that character. So you don't copy the signature item level. So you do have to do that. In AFK Arena, we have a bunch of power creep systems. We have signature item, we have furniture, we have engravings. There's a bunch of different ones, but you do have to get those resources and do them. So it doesn't quite cover everything, but the fact that you get the ascension tier, it makes collabs the most exciting thing in the game because when they come, everyone can get the characters, even though it takes a bit of time, but you can get get them for free essentially, and you don't have to try and rely on RNG of pulling multiple copies. Just like you get them, whether you pay for them and get them early or you wait a bit and you get them a bit later on. Either way, you're going to get them. So that is the system it is in AFK Arena. Obviously, we don't know what they will do in AFK Journey, but I really do hope that they follow this sort of blueprint because they did such a good job of collaborations in AFK Arena. They messed up the first one where they had it as paid only and there was no free-to-play option for Ukio. But once we had a bit of a cry about it, like, because that was just stupid. Every collab since then has had the free-to-play option. You just got to wait the time. Now, the fantastic thing is those are limited time returns. Now, once again, I can't confirm that any of this will be in AFK Journey, but I just love the systems that they implemented. So in AFK Arena, the other thing that they have is these events where you can get them for free are time limited. You can only buy them or get them for free on a time limited basis. However, they made the most ingenious workaround, which is this garrison. So any of the collaborations that you've missed, after a period of time, they do take a very long time to come out in the garrison, but you can basically permanently, so if you basically just spend some of your in-game currencies like hero coins, guild coins, labyrinth coins, arena coins, and once you get, you can just exchange them for these stones, you get 100, and then you can hire one of the dimensionals from a friend who has them. It's called hiring, and you can get them for 30 days. After you do that 5 times, you don't have to pay the cost to get them. But it's just like a workaround behind, like, I think it's to do with contracts and not being able to actually, you know, give the characters away after the time period. I don't know. This is my speculation. But essentially, they've found a way where they can make collab characters obtainable by anyone, no matter when you start, which I think is absolutely fantastic. Like I said, the way AFK Arena does collabs is like my favorite that I've seen in any game so far, because it's permanent, it's free to play, it's guaranteed, don't need dupes. I just really love it. So I'm hoping that is what they can do with AFK Journey. We'll have to wait and see, but I really, really, if nothing else, hope they follow this blueprint and keep it as generous as AFK Arena is with the collab characters. It does burn a lot of your currencies that you do want to use in other shops, and that is the only downfall to it. But besides that, I think it's fantastic the way they do it, so that you can either pay to get it early or save and get it free to play a bit later. But that is going to be it for this one, guys. Let me know what you think about collabs. Let me know who you guys would love to see a collab with. My number one collab, actually I have a bunch of collabs I would love to see, but one I've been asking, like I've been hoping for in AFK Arena, because they're pretty good at getting like anime IPs that haven't really done collabs before. Like I had not seen an Overlord collab. I hadn't seen a Persona 5 collab. Now I've seen them since this, but like they were the first ones. ReZero, that had been done a million times. I think Slime's been done, but I really want to see, because it's so prominent right now, I want to see a solo leveling collab. I want Jinwoo in AFK Journey doing the Arise, and then you team him up with Burial and you get more Arise. I think it would be the most epic thing ever. But let me know what collab you guys would love to see. Besides that, I'm always down for Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Digimon every day of the week. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing the next one. Cheers.